Well, I've got this started in this plastic, but boy, oh boy, do I have a mess on the other end. So I've got to finish that up. Okay, so the front lights are going to be this right here. And I've already got this out. So they're going to go into a new one of these. I've got, I think, a new one. I'll have to check before I get rid of this. But right here, and then they go here, around where the stock placement for the battery is. So the battery placement would be here for a Pontiac engine. Now this originally came with a 301, and now it's set up for a Chevy 350 because of the motor mounts. And that's what somebody had in here. And these also headers are for a 350. So this goes here around the tray for the battery, which is right here. Let's move that. And move this. But this right here is one of them that I've already redone. So these usually twist and come out. And then these lights here, these are just press bits, so they just go in there. These, by the way, these things work amazing. I saw a couple of people saying that they couldn't figure out how to use them or something. Well, it's extremely simple. I mean, the when you're first putting the wire on, at the bottom of the clamp, you're using the one on the end. See the one on the end? Then you're using the interior one to clamp the bare metal. So you're starting the crimp here at the end, and then you're using the inside one for the bare metal. And that's on both of these. This is the double, and this is the single, as far as I can tell. That's how I've been using them. They've been working great. I mean, they're just trying to find, well, you can't see any of my crimps because they're all wired up like this. I already got the connectors on and everything. But they work great. Okay. Never underestimate a wiring harness's ability to get caught on literally everything on the way out. Good Lord, was that a headache. So, we got these pulled. None of this, except for the lights, was hooked up. Alright, so these lights here, I'm going to have to take all these off. So this, I'll have to take that off, try to keep it. And these, I got extras of, got new ones. So, in order to not have to use tape, I'm gonna reuse this stuff, this plastic. So, I'm gonna have to go and get a screwdriver or a knife to get these off. Okay, I got this set up how it should be. So, look here. I took that, basically this diagram, and I laid them out here. So now I just have to take these and install them. But first, I've got to take all the grounds and install the grounds into these doubles, like this, are the ground side, or at least it appears to be. Yeah. So it's gonna go essentially like, it's hard to do this with one hand, but hold it like this, but then it matches up to what's there. So I've got to hook these all up, make sure they're correct. And then this here is the ground that's actually going to be on the body. This here is what hooks up at the front. That's the hookup right there. That right there. So, as you can see, this, according to the diagram, goes all the way to the front. So, and also goes to fuel sending unit, third brake light, dome light. This is all labeled on the wires as well. Every single wire lets you know if it's a ground or not, like this one, ground. So that's good. Now I just have to start taking out these little connectors and putting that on stuff. It's gonna be fun. And that's why I have those. Okay, so this is the left-hand side, which is gonna end up being the driver's side, because it has 7 of these, because the license plate light is also added to this. And this one will be the right-hand side, or the passenger, and it only has 6. So we have 6 here. Okay, and they all end in the middle with the ground. Okay, and that's how this is also set up here. So, now I just got to plug all these in the correct way. And it shows how they're supposed to be plugged in. But I can foresee this already as being kind of a headache. So, I'm just going to go ahead and get the grounds done. Now keep in mind, this is only the grounds. I also have to do this, which is, ugh, yuck. So I have to take all of this and do it correctly. So they're color coded, so the yellows will go to the actual brake lights, and then on this other side the greens will go to the brake lights. So luckily these grounds are already wired and they already are crimped, so I don't have to put anything on them. I'm actually wondering what this is for. I think this goes to the fuel sending unit. I'm not sure though. I'll have to figure that out, because this one here and this one, these two are odd men out. I don't see where these go. So for now, I'm just gonna pretend that they don't exist. Okay, so I'm looking at this because I'm about to go into the trunk and see if I can't see something that looks similar to this. Shit, I'll just take it with me. What am I thinking? I just pick it up and take it with me. I don't have to leave it there. Okay, so first time this trunk has been opened in a very long time. And I found some goodies. The trunk itself is kind of dirty, but it really doesn't look bad. I mean, it's hard to see because I don't have a flashlight, but you know, it's got some dirt in here. But this is why I wear gloves most of the time for this, because I can dig around in here and get all this junk out, and I don't have to worry about getting bit by a spider or something like that. And you may say, well, I thought you said it was a winter, there's no spiders. Well, I just saw a spider just a second ago when I opened this up. It was running around. So they're still out. Like I said, it's been very mild, and there's been some rats living in here. I was trying to see what this was for here. Maybe get some of the rat feces off of it. But I've got new... The only thing I need to buy is the bulbs, which I might just throw these in there to have something in there. But all of these I've got brand new. And this here, this little thing that goes into here, I got this brand new as well. New little piece there. And this I'll reuse. This little plastic that goes around the wires. That'll get reused. These new clamps, I've got these new. So most of this is going to be new. The only thing that's reused is this and the bulbs. Because I didn't see any bulbs in that kit. But then again, I could just be not seeing them. So, I'll go ahead and take this back and see the distance on this thing, because yeah, it's so good that these are labeled like that. Left rear turn signal, rear running lights, right rear turn. That's just so good. So this is going to be a lot better than this one, which these are so old and corroded in some spots, since it looks like they painted this with the lights off and just went ahead and painted these too. Because it's kind of hard to tell what some of these are supposed to be. Like, I don't even know what's going on here. But we'll go ahead and get this started here. Yeah, see this one, I guess I gotta move this stuff out of the way here. Yeah, this one over here only covers this one running light, or side marker. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get this started. Looks like somebody had some real problems here, which I understand, because these taillights would probably be the easiest part to wire. Don't even get me started on the front. The front was in a nightmare state itself. But the rears, nothing was marked. And I don't want to play the game of, by myself, you know, oh, is the turn signal working? Let me go check. Okay, that one's working. Okay, the right signal? Nope, not working. Where's that at? Don't really want to play that game. So, here we are, doing this instead, which is more expensive and a lot harder. So, let me go ahead and get these ready. And the only thing that's bothering me is I need to make sure that this is going to fit this here. If I wire them on my hood of my truck, I need to make sure that they're actually going to fit through. This piece here needs to fit through if I wire it on my truck. Of course, I go the wrong way. That's what I get for yapping. I could have just checked all this at once, but instead I wanted to make multiple trips. So this here, where this is at, that there, I have to make sure. Oh yeah, that'll fit through there easy. That'll fit through there easy. And the only rust I've got around the trunk here is right here, which isn't that big of a deal. But I'm gonna go ahead and, it sucks that that rust is there. See, you can see where see here, no rust. Here, rust. So it's got some rust around that. So that's got to be fixed, which isn't too bad considering that all this water was coming down and all this gunk from this tree was coming down here. And this bunch of dust in there. So that dust will slowly come out. But I'm going to wire this right quick. I say right quick, probably I'll have to jump cut to like an hour later. So, I've somewhat figured this out. I have the Deluxe that I'm using in my car. And as far as I can tell, you get a couple extra running lights for that. And it's what the car's actually got in it right now. So I'm just going to do that again. And I finally have this undone a little here. As you can see, this looked like so many more wires when it was together, but there's a lot of it here. So I'm gonna go ahead, and a couple of these have to be cut to length. So this right rear turn has to be, I think it's the right rear turn, has to be cut. Yes, because the right rear turn has two that it goes to, which would be these two. So I'll have to lead it to it, and then cut it, lead another section to a terminal here, and install it. Running out of daylight here. I made one mistake during this. I was just going through in autopilot mode, and this looks blue on here. This looks like light blue to me. Well, apparently that's light green, and instead of reading it and seeing that these were going to the backup lights, instead of doing that, I just wired in the third one, the third brake light. So now I had to cut that since I had already placed it in here, and then I did it the right way from there on out. Another thing I noticed is I made a mistake installing these. I installed these wrong. Oddly, just on this side. So they'll have to be turned the opposite way and installed. So, but other than that, it went really smooth. It was really easy. So I still have to do some other stuff, but the light's going down. The sun's almost down. So got some other stuff to do. So I'm going to go ahead and put all this stuff back in a bag and go and close the trunk on the car over there and get everything put up. And I'll just go inside and finish this. And then this will be ready to go in the car. So, and this, I already checked, but this will fit through the opening at the rear of the car. And that's why I did it this way, because I wanted to wire it like this instead of wiring it while it was in the car, because I figured it'd just be a lot easier doing it this way, and it was pretty easy. So all I've got to do is tomorrow I gotta wire this up. So this goes to the gas gauge, is what this is, and you can see it goes down into the tank. So that'll have to be wired. I'll leave that here. And then there's that opening I was talking about. So how this works is these all come through here, and then your light, your actual, lens cover, your actual brake light goes through over this, and then it'll bolt in the back here. And it has these, they usually have these, this is covered in dirt, but these little things are how they tighten on the back there. But I have a bunch of extra brake lights, and I should be able to do this. I have two brake lights in the front of this car that are just sitting there, and then I have some spares as well. So I tell you, standing there for about an hour and a half, just standing in one spot. Another day down. So I've been fiddling with this for the past few minutes. Got both lights in, and I still have to wire up the fuel gauge, and I got to do something with this third brake light. And then I had one of the lights come out, so I'm gonna have to splice it in the hard way. The connector just came out. I don't know why. So I'll have to do it the hard way, and then that's it. Just those two things, really. that I got to do. So this one will have to come back off. And I got plenty left. I got to pull that through there. Plenty left. And I'm going to go ahead and close this trunk. And you can see, unfortunately, we got a leak. Don't know where it's coming from. I'm guessing right here. If I had to guess, I'd say right there. So we'll get to figuring that out. Hold on. Okay, that's the back. Nope. Oh. Yeah, it'd help if I move that. Oh yeah. Oh no. So, I'm pretty tired. My back is feeling pretty feeble. But I got all of that done, and I was only able to find these at the store. And I didn't want to have to order any. So since I was using this on the back lights, figured it'd be fine. It's not going on exposed wire or anything like that. I'm just using it to hold it together. And I used 2 of these little buggers. I bought 3 of them. See, there's an empty one. But it has plenty of extra. I mean, I'm pretty happy with it so far. Like I said, I've only had a couple of issues with it. So, pretty happy.